I could have a new boyfriend by tomorrow morning. She laughed dismissively. So I said good luck and vanished that evening, only to start seeing her glamorous sister who'd secretly preferred me all along. Now her tomorrow has stretched into 2 years of lonely bar hopping and app disasters. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Let me set the scene. My name's Alex, and at the time, I was 28, working as a software engineer in a mid-sized city on the East Coast. I'd been with Emily for 4 years, engaged for 2. We met in college, back when she was studying marketing and I was grinding through late-night coding sessions. From the start, I was the steady one. I supported her dreams, even when it meant putting mine on hold. Flashback to one of those sacrifices. Right after graduation, Emily got an entry-level job in her field, but it was in a city 3 hours away from where I'd lined up my dream internship at a tech startup. She begged me to move with her. We can build our life together, she'd said. So I did. I turned down the internship, took a remote gig that paid less, and we rented a cozy apartment near her office. I handled most of the bills while she climbed the ladder, networking at events and happy hours. I cooked dinners, planned weekends, even helped her prep for presentations. Looking back, I see the red flags. How she'd come home late, gushing about charismatic colleagues or hot guys from her gym class. But I chalked it up to her outgoing personality. I trusted her. Why wouldn't I? I was committed, loyal, the guy who showed up every time. Things started fraying about 6 months before the blow-up. Emily got a promotion to coordinator, which meant more travel and socials. She'd make these offhand comparisons. My ex was so spontaneous. He'd whisk me away for weekends. You're more reliable. Or, scrolling through her phone, look at this model on Instagram. Guys like that don't settle down. It stung, but I'd brush it off, thinking it was just stress. Emotionally, it felt like she was pulling away, treating me like a safety net while eyeing shinier options. I'd lie awake some nights, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I was imagining the distance. Was I not exciting enough? Had I given too much? The confusion built slowly, like a knot in my gut I couldn't untie. The real betrayal hit at her family's summer barbecue. It was at her parents' house in the suburbs, a big backyard affair with burgers, beers, and about 30 relatives and friends. Emily's family was tight-knit, but they had this toxic undercurrent. Her mom was pushy, always meddling in our relationship, and her dad just nodded along. Her younger sister, Sophia, was there too. Sophia was 25, an artist and part-time model, Glamorous, with that effortless style Emily always envied. We'd always gotten along. She'd crash at our place sometimes, and I'd help her with tech stuff for her portfolio. But nothing more than that. At least, not then. The day started fine. I manned the grill, chatted with uncles about sports. But Emily was off. She spent the afternoon flirting with one of her cousin's friends, a slick guy named Jake who'd shown up uninvited. Laughing too loud at his jokes, touching his arm. I pulled her aside by the pool house, trying to keep it low-key. Hey, what's going on? You've been distant all day. She rolled her eyes, like I was the problem. That's when the smugness came out. We were standing there, the sounds of laughter and splashing from the pool fading into the background. Emily crossed her arms, her face twisting into that dismissive smirk I'd seen more and more lately. Distant? Alex, you're the one who's always so predictable. Jake was just telling me about his trip to Europe last month. Spontaneous, fun. When's the last time we did something like that? I felt my stomach drop, but I kept my voice even. Emily, we're engaged. If something's wrong, let's talk about it. But flirting with some guy in front of everyone? That's not cool. She laughed, a sharp, mocking sound that echoed in my chest. Flirting? Please. It's harmless. You know, I could have a new boyfriend by tomorrow morning if I wanted. Guys line up for me. Successful, exciting ones. Not someone who plays it safe all the time, coding away in the basement while I build my career. Her words hit like a slap. I stood there, processing the cruelty. What are you saying? That I'm not good enough? After everything, moving for your job, supporting you through that rough patch last year. She waved a hand, as if dismissing years of my life. Oh, come on, don't make this dramatic. You were great as a starter pack, Alex. Stable, reliable. But I deserve more now. Passion, adventure. Jake gets it, He's got his own business, travels the world. You? You're holding me back with your 9 to 5 routine. I need someone who challenges me, not comforts me. I could see the twisted logic in her eyes, like she'd convinced herself this was justified. So all those times I sacrificed for us, that was just me being a starter pack? You used me until something better came along. Used you? We both got something out of it, she snapped, her voice rising. I gave you stability too. But face it, you'll never be the guy who sweeps a girl off her feet. I can replace you like that. She snapped her fingers for emphasis. By tomorrow, I could be on a date with someone who actually excites me. And honestly, everyone here knows I can do better. Even Sophia thinks you're too boring for me. She told me so. That was a lie. I knew it even then. Sophia had always been kind, defending me in subtle ways. But Emily's hypocrisy burned. She'd benefited from my boring reliability, the late nights I worked to pay our rent while she partied. Now she was rewriting it as a flaw. I didn't yell or beg. The confusion in my head turned to a cold clarity. If that's how you feel, good luck with that. Her eyes widened, like she expected me to fight. Wait, that's it. You're not even going to try to change my mind. Why would I? You've made it clear. I turned and walked back to the party, grabbing my keys from the table. Her family stared, but I didn't explain. Emily called after me. Fine, go. You'll regret this. I drove home in silence, the unfairness sinking in. How could someone I'd built a life with discard me so casually? But I didn't call or text. That night, I packed my essentials, clothes, laptop, a few books, into my car. By midnight, I was gone, crashing at a motel on the outskirts of town. I blocked her number, unfollowed her everywhere. No outburst, no confrontation. Just detachment. The days after were a blur of quiet hurt. I checked into a cheap extended stay hotel, the kind with beige walls and a mini fridge that hummed too loud. Work let me go fully remote, so I buried myself in code, fixing bugs and building apps to distract from the ache. But at night, the confusion hit hard. I'd replay her words, starter pack. Replace you by tomorrow. Had I been blind? I thought back to the sacrifices, the job I skipped, the weekends I spent alone while she networked. It felt so undeserved, like I'd poured everything into a black hole. For weeks, I didn't reach out to anyone. Mutual friends texted, confused, what happened at the barbecue? I kept it vague. We split. Inside, the unfairness festered. Why did she get to walk away smug while I rebuilt from scratch? I started journaling, scribbling thoughts like, was I too safe? Did I miss the signs? Therapy helped. A virtual session where the counselor said, betrayal like that isn't about you. It's her projecting. Slowly, the vulnerability shifted. I hit the gym, not for revenge, but to feel strong again. Runs in the park cleared my head, turning confusion into resolve. I deserved better than being a backup. About a month in, I reconnected with Sophia. She'd messaged me on a secondary app Emily didn't know about. Hey, Alex. Heard what happened. You okay? We met for coffee, neutral ground at a corner cafe. She looked guilty, spilling it all. Emily's been bragging to everyone that she upgraded. But I saw how she treated you. She's always been like that, chasing shiny things. And honestly, I've always thought you were too good for her. Stable kind. I've had a crush on you for a while. It caught me off guard, but it felt genuine. Sophia wasn't like Emily. She appreciated the quiet strengths. We started slow, dinners, walks, building something real. No rush, no drama. Meanwhile, hints of Emily's world cracking filtered in. A friend mentioned she'd gone out with Jake, but it fizzled fast. He ghosted after a weekend trip. Her social media showed vague posts, learning who my real friends are. I didn't gloat. I just focused on me. Months passed in that emotional middle ground. I moved to a small apartment downtown, got a promotion at work. The silence from her side was deafening at first, then liberating. I'd sit on my balcony, watching the city lights, thinking how far I'd come from that gut-punched guy at the barbecue. The unfairness lingered, but it fueled growth. Little by little, I detached completely. It wasn't long before the cracks in Emily's perfect new life started showing. At first, I heard bits and pieces through the grapevine. Mutual friends who reached out, curious about my side. I didn't badmouth her. I just said we'd grown apart. But the truth has a way of bubbling up, especially in a close-knit circle like hers. About 3 months after the barbecue, a buddy from her work texted me. Dude, Emily's been on a tear. She hooked up with that Jake guy, but he bailed after a couple weeks. Said she was too high maintenance. I nodded to myself, not surprised. Jake was the type, flashy car, big talk, but no substance. Emily had posted a few cryptic stories online, stuff like, "Not all that glitters is gold," with sad emojis. Her tomorrow morning replacement? It turned into a string of flops. One guy from a dating app ghosted her mid-conversation. Another turned out to be married. Word spread fast. Her family heard the whispers, and even her mom, who always defended her, started questioning. By 6 months, things escalated. Emily lost her job. Turns out, her networking had crossed lines. Flirting with a client led to a complaint, and with the promotion stress, her performance tanked. She got let go quietly, but in our industry, news travels. Friends told me she moved back in with her parents, the same house where it all blew up. Her social media went dark for a bit, then resurfaced with desperate vibes, posts about self-growth and lessons learned, but no one was buying it. Mutual friends started distancing themselves. One confided, "We saw how she treated you, Alex." The comparisons, the dismissal. It was messed up. Her reputation unraveled. She went from the it girl to the cautionary tale. Meanwhile, my life was on the upswing. Sophia and I were official by then. She'd confessed more over those early coffees. Emily always chased excitement, but I saw how you grounded her. I preferred that, your kindness, your drive. We took it slow, but it clicked. She introduced me to her art world, and I helped with her website. No drama, just mutual respect. I got another promotion, bought a condo overlooking the river. The irony hit me during quiet moments. Emily had called me boring, but her exciting choices left her isolated, broke, hopping from bar to bar on weekends, swiping endlessly on apps that led nowhere. 2 years later, her tomorrow had stretched into a lonely marathon of disasters, bad dates, fair weather friends vanishing, family tensions boiling over. I didn't seek updates, but they came anyway. It felt like the universe balancing the scales, not through revenge, but simple consequences. Her smug exit had set her on a path to irrelevance, while I built something solid. The first reconciliation attempt came around the 4-month mark, a text from a new number. "Alex, it's Emily. Can we talk? I miss what we had." I stared at it, feeling a flicker of the old confusion, but it passed. Stability? Now she wanted it back. I didn't respond. A day later, her mom called, pushy as ever. "Alex, you can't just ignore her. She's going through a tough time. That job loss hit hard. You owe her a conversation after all those years." I kept it brief. "Mrs. Thompson, we're done. Please respect that." She huffed, "You're being selfish. Emily's too good to be alone like this." Toxic, through and through. I blocked the number. A couple months later, things got more intense. I was at my new apartment when the doorbell rang. There she was, Emily, looking frazzled, hair messy, eyes red. Sophia was out, thankfully. "Alex, please, let me in. I made a huge mistake." I stood in the doorway, calm. "What do you want, Emily?" She paced the hallway, words tumbling out. "Those guys, they were nothing. Flakes, users. Jake ditched me after I spent a fortune on that trip. And the apps? Disaster after disaster. I see now you were the real deal. Stable, loving. I was stupid, chasing thrills. Can we try again? I'll change." Her hypocrisy shone through, admitting she'd used me as a safety net, but framing it as a mistake. I shook my head. "You said you could replace me by tomorrow. Looks like that didn't pan out." She teared up, desperate. "It didn't. I'm alone, Alex. Friends ghosted me after hearing what happened. Even Sophia won't talk much. Please, I need you." "No, you don't. Goodbye." I closed the door softly, hearing her sob outside. No sympathy stirred. She'd chosen this. The attempts peaked around the 1-year mark. A mutual friend's birthday party. I skipped, but she showed up at my work the next day, waiting in the lobby with her dad in tow. He was gruff, unpleasant. "Son, hear her out. Family sticks together." Emily jumped in, voice edged with anger now. "How dare you ignore me like this?" I apologized. "You think you're better off? Look at you, playing house with my sister? That's low, Alex. You'll never find someone like me again. I was your upgrade." The twist in logic floored me. Now I was the villain? Her true colors emerged, smug turning to rage. I deserve another chance. Without you, I'm stuck bar hopping, getting hit on by creeps. My life's a mess because you walked away. I stayed composed. Your life's a mess because of your choices, Emily. Not mine. Please leave. Security escorted them out. Her dad muttered, ungrateful, but it bounced off. Friends later said the scene sealed it. Her toxicity on full display, losing more allies. The pleas kept coming, texts from burners, voicemails pleading then threatening. But each one just confirmed I'd dodged a bullet. The climax came at Thanksgiving, almost 2 years to the day. Sophia invited me to her parents' house, the same suburban home where it started. Emily still lived there, scraping by with freelance gigs that barely paid. I hesitated, but Sophia insisted, it's time. Show them you've moved on. We arrived together, hand in hand, me in a sharp sweater, her glowing in a dress she'd designed. The table was tense. Emily's mom fussed over the turkey, Dad grumbled about football. Emily sat across, looking worn, dark circles, forced smile. As we passed the mashed potatoes, she couldn't hold back. She leaned forward, voice low but desperate. Alex, can we talk? Privately. Seeing you here, it hurts. I realize now what I lost. Those apps, the bars, it's all empty. Guys use me and leave. I want what we had. Please, take me back. I'll do anything. Her eyes darted to Sophia, jealousy flashing. The room went quiet. Even her parents watched. I set down my fork, calm and firm. Emily, I learned a lot from you. Mostly how not to settle for someone who sees me as replaceable. You laughed that you could find better by tomorrow. Well, your tomorrow turned into this. But that's your path, not mine. She flushed, anger bubbling. You think Sophia's better? She's just riding your coattails. I was the one with ambition. Sophia squeezed my hand, but I didn't rise. Actually, with Sophia, it's mutual. Respect, growth. No comparisons, no backups. You're irrelevant to that now. I've built a life where your drama doesn't fit. Her hypocrisy cracked wide, begging while insulting. You'll regret this. I'm still the catch here. I met her gaze evenly. No regrets. I've moved on completely. This is goodbye. The table murmured. Her mom sighed. Dad looked away. Friends there later said it was the nail in the coffin. Her desperation on display, my composure shining. We left early, the contrast stark, her unraveling versus our thriving. In the end, it all wrapped up neatly, like karma's quiet justice. Emily's 24 hours became 2 years of dead-end dates and isolation. Last I heard, she was still swiping, posting vague regrets online. Her family distanced a bit. Even they saw the toxicity. Me? I proposed to Sophia last month. She said yes, and we're planning a small wedding, far from the drama. Reddit. If you're wondering, no, I'm not the asshole. Walking away with dignity was the best choice. She's a footnote now, powerless in my story. I've got peace, love, and a future that's all mine. Thanks for reading. Updates if anything wild happens, but honestly, I doubt it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.